All right. Welcome back, everybody. My name is JB, as always, and we're back here on the Simple Markets channel. And today we're going to be going over, once again, some subscriber data. I love when subscribers reach out to me because, number one, it shows me that what I'm doing here on this YouTube channel each week is actually helping some people. I get a lot of questions, and there's actually a bunch of people this year who have joined our community who even mentioned that they got funded simply from our free strategy and my YouTube channel, and then they kind of joined the community to interact with others trading the same way. It is super fulfilling, especially when I sit down to make these videos every single week. And once again, we have another subscriber who submits some data today. He mentioned if I want to, I can go over it for my live channel. So that is what we are going to be doing. And as always, I mentioned it before in past subscriber videos, but this is genuinely my first time opening this spreadsheet. So you're going to get my live perspective and kind of how I break things down start to finish. But without further ado, we're going to open his spreadsheet here and get a basic view on what he has. We're going to look through some of the trades. I like to start with the equity curve because it honestly is a visual representation of how the data is performing. Now, his is stretched a little bit longer than I would like. So to get a better idea of the axis it should be on, I kind of scroll down to the bottom here, and you can see he has a lot where it's at that 153,000 mark. I can just drag this upward till we reach his last trade here, and then leave it right here, click enter, and now we'll get a better view of that equity curve overall, which of course, as many of you can see, it is super consistent and fantastic. We had a slower period of growth at the start, followed by this really good consistency at the end. This is expected and something I would completely be fine with. The reason being is he may be new to the strategy, he may still be learning, he could even have some pairs at the beginning that were performing worse than others. There is a learning curve, so do not get discouraged when you're in this period of slower growth. When you're first starting a new strategy or backtesting it, it's that longer term compounding in learning that really shows you this type of consistency with an equity curve. Now, after seeing the equity curve and visually, I can tell that everything is all right here and he has a great win rate. We're going to actually take a look at some of the metrics and data here. So he has about 46 total wins here. This is actually his realized win rate, which is fantastic. For those of you that don't know, sometimes if you put a equals 0 here, you'll get his overall win rate, which is perfectly on that 58.5%. For those of you that don't know, we have over 30,000 tested trades as a community on this exact strategy, and our win rate actually does fall right around that 58 to 61% range. We even have one of our coaches here within one of our channels. He submit 4 years of backtesting data, over 1,000 total trades, and literally perfectly on that 58.5% win rate like we just talked about, with a 36.4% realized win rate. So looking at our subscribers' data here, we can see he is right on track. He has a great win rate just as expected, and an overall gain of 53% on the account over the course of what looks like 2 years of price action. So this is absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing I will say, it is not 2 full years. He doesn't have every single trading pair here that we like to trade. He definitely has a good amount here, but definitely not every trading pair for 2 years. But regardless, this gain is absolutely fantastic. But before I go and dive into this, I want to preface it by saying something. When I see data this consistent, this fantastic using our strategy, now number one is take what I say in this video here with a grain of salt. Your data looks perfect. Do not sit here and take things that I say or review too internally here, because at the end of the day, you got to understand that your data is already great. I may give minor intricate details here and there to what I think can improve on the trades when we look at them. You should have the confidence to now execute on live and really use this backtesting as your blueprint to build off of and gain that consistency. You can see the consistency here over 2 years. You should be able to now start looking at a live market and basically mimicking exactly what you've done. But number two, also understand that from this point on, there should not be any type of over optimization. You are in a great place. You have great data. As we always talk about and preach to our community, you need to simply trust the probabilities and fundamentally understand these losing streaks are going to occur on a live market. You're not doing anything wrong. Remove the intricacies. Don't start looking at different things like discount and premium, higher time frame analysis, liquidity pools on higher time frame. All of these things, if they were ignored in backtesting, they should be ignored in live trading, and you should keep it as simple as you did in this backtesting. That truly is one of the keys to fundamental growth and consistency. It is literally the reason why we are at 53 funded members now out of just 137 in the total community. We preach this concept a lot of true faith and understanding in your own trading plan and data. And honestly, traders who understand and have full, complete confidence in their edge are the ones who are going to be consistent and funded in the longer term, as well as just continuing to make payouts with a comfortable and clear conscience, compared to the traders who go and continue to try to over-optimize or wonder why they're taking losing trades or try to fix the trading plan continuously, adding new and more complex rules. These traders will never find peace in their trading. They will lack to find that consistency. And it fundamentally comes down to that mindset shift I'm talking about with true faith and trust in your trading plan. So you have done a great job here regardless. But without further ado, let's dive into some of these trades. So he mentions that it should have been a winner. On a live account, it may not have been. Is this an issue? At the end of the day, no. And this is why we preach repetitions and probability. On a live account, there is so many scenarios where I've taken losing trades or winning trades that were due to my broker or my MT4 messing up, or even my trade assistant that I use having issues or lag. It is part of the game. It's part of the process. That is why in the longer term, we really focus on our data and our edge, because these mistakes happen and they are unavoidable. I'm going to continue to open a little bit more trades here, and the reason being I don't like to draw conclusions too quickly. I like to kind of get an overall view of his trades, but I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, every trade I'm looking at here is absolutely great. It follows our trading plan perfectly. He seems to be very, very comfortable with his trading. He has a great amount of repetitions, which is key. And honestly, with all of these trades looking this clean and simple, and they all follow the trading plan very, very well. I'm even actually seeing a lot of trades that I took here in 2024. So this is absolutely fantastic. I'm not even going to dive too deep into the actual specifics of the trades here. I do want to talk a little bit about this specific subscriber and what I think his next steps are. So number one is understanding you have fantastic data here. You comfortably traded to achieve this data. And what I mean by that is you don't have too many rules on the side regarding discount or premium on the higher time frame, or did you use higher time frame bias? Did you focus on the strengths of break of structure? Did you measure the size of the range and consider ranges to be aggressive or conservative? Most of the time, the answer is no on this. It's okay if there's some that you answered yes to, but keep in mind the goal here is that overall simplicity. You came into this with a very simple and open mind. You tested the plan and you got consistent and great data here. Now your goal should be to mimic that on a live chart. In backtesting, you didn't focus on all of those minute rules and niche details I talked about. So that means on a live market, you should not begin thinking about these things, and especially when a losing streak comes around. When a losing streak comes around, like 4 trades of losses, this is when those details might start creeping in and you might start thinking to yourself, especially in these deeper periods of drawdown, damn, am I doing something wrong? Was I measuring my ranges in backtesting? Am I taking trades that are too aggressive? Am I taking breaks of structure that aren't strong enough? All of these little details tend to work their way into your brain during losing streaks, and that is what we want to avoid here. And that is why we have this backtesting sheet, is understand that yes, there's some deep periods of drawdown in here. We could see a pretty standard deep one here, but then right after that, you see a period of consistent winners driving that equity curve higher than ever before. We can see something similar here as well with some bearish movement in a pretty deep period of drawdown. Once again, followed by a huge period of some profitable data, pushing your equity curve higher and higher. This is healthy and normal in trading data. And now that you have it here in front of you as a blueprint, you should be able to internally understand this going into a live market. And I hate to use this terminology, but I really do use it a lot. It is essentially a money printer that you are looking at here. Once that money printer proves that it is on and working, as we could see here, don't turn it off, don't change it, don't fix something if it ain't broken, is the age-old saying. Just simply do your best to try exactly what you did here on your demo account or even a funded evaluation if you would like, because now you really do have the recipe, you have the money printer, it's proving to work. It now comes down to that mental aspect of yourself to hold yourself accountable, use this as that blueprint, and really mentally have full confidence and trust in your trading plan, and I promise it will reward you in the long term once you are in the live markets. This is one of the fundamental psychological factors that we really embed in all of our students, and it's one of the reasons we have so many payouts and so much success coming on from our community. You know, first 50K funded account, another phase 1 passed, 1,500 in prop firm payouts. Overall payouts, $14,000 since January, $630 payout here. Marco here now has a positive balance in equity and is about to get his first payout as well. Another payout here today. Another person asking about their first payout. I promise there's no secret spell we're putting on these students. It is genuinely just really fundamentally building those strong foundations psychologically, and also really showing them the importance of data collection and full trust in the trading plan. And the students that are willing to put in the work, the ones that are willing to backtest like you have here, are the ones finding success. It really boils down to that mental aspect from here on out. Great job here. Fantastic data. I love going over this stuff because of this reason. This is someone who has not paid me any money. This is someone who's simply using my free strategy and my free YouTube to deliver consistent profitable results over the course of 279 trades. This is why I do what I do. This is why I love posting on YouTube. As always, you guys know you can reach out to me on Discord. My username is jblaisdell729 here. If you reach out and shoot me a DM with some of your data, I can go over it. I can give you a review like this. I answer even just basic trading questions as well. If you don't have data, you can ask me questions about the strategy. You can share me trades that you're taking. Whatever it is, I'm willing to help out and answer. And of course, if you want to be in another video with a format like this, you can send me your data and just shoot me a message and say, hey, you can also go over it on your live channel if you would like as well. This not only allows for others to learn from your data, but I mean, in his case, it allows you to show off, the progress you've made and the great data that you've achieved here. So great job here. Thank you for sharing. I hope you guys gained some value from this video, and I will see you guys in next week's video.